We had discussed that usage was created to uh, provide a better streamlined process with regards to the all of the homeless programs, which are scattered across the United States of America, and offer uh, homeless people or those on the verge of homelessness uh, better options and better opportunities to find housing and other needed services. We had discussed that at least one or two definitions have been proposed since the 1870s with regards to how to define homelessness. And there's yet another one that I guess was proposed in as part of the Hearth Act of 2009, which is the Homeless Emergency Assistance and Rapid Transition to Housing Act. And it expanded the scope of homelessness in terms of individuals and families and who is covered under that act. So, as we look through these next two slides, we see that um, it speaks about the number of days that would be involved, um, as well as individuals and families who are on the verge of losing their primary nighttime residence. And kind of going back to my work experience, I work overnight, and oftentimes there are um, large numbers of people that come in who are homeless, um, who are used to living out uh, in the open, um, especially during the nighttime, and who are presenting with suicidal ideation, um, psychosis, and some other mental health symptoms, and who are looking for basically just a place to stay for many of them. Number four is pretty interesting because it expands the coverage of homelessness into the domains of domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, stalking, and other forms of life-threatening conditions, which target individuals and family members. Moving on into topic three, we're looking at just a couple services with regards to uh, homelessness and impact on families and children. One which you, I'm sure, have known or heard about is rental assistance. And rental assistance is considered to be perhaps the best answer to homelessness. Um, but as we see here, not everyone can benefit from rental assistance. And oftentimes, I guess the qualification criteria isn't always met by potential candidates rental assistance. So other forms or other options are needed so that everyone has a chance to secure um, fair housing. Housing vouchers, um, supportive housing, even rapid rehousing, which has seen a boom in our country in the last at least decade or so. These are all effective examples of housing programs which over the long run can be very beneficial for people who are homeless or on the verge of homelessness. Kind of connected this slide with the next one, which talks about the Pay for Success program. I listed it here in this um, slide because the housing vouchers, supportive housing, and even rapid rehousing are all very good examples of this broader and more effective Pay for Success program. Basically, this is a program that has been expanding across America, especially in the last 5 or so years. Um, Many major cities are implementing this program. And basically, what it is the you have a combination of private and government involvement in this program. So as we see here, it shifts the risk for new or scaled evidence-based social programming from a traditional funder, which usually it's going to be a government of some sort, uh, to a third-party investor. This could be a private organization, or it could be a nonprofit organization. And basically, as I underscored here, is it's really, I guess, testing or filtering social programs and just determining if they are truly effective or not. And what happens a lot is that many so-called effective social programs are given upfront funding, and this funding continues even if the program appears to be failing. However, with the PFS program, this would not happen. Uh, Basically, because if the program or social program does not is not effective, um, then there is not that upfront um, or support from the government um, for this third party organization or nonprofit organization. If the program is successful, then there is that, I guess, paying back to the third party investor from the government because of the effectiveness of the program. So it just kind of pushes those who are creating these programs to make sure that they are providing something that's truly effective and that's really going to impact um, people positively in different ways, especially with regard to homelessness. So again, there is a link here that you guys can uh, welcome to follow and learn more from. Topic 4 basically focuses on interventions. And so we've seen these three domains across our social work program, micro, meso, and macro level. And I know me personally have learned more and more how these three domains work when we engage with clients um, and providers on different levels. So, regards to the micro level, basically it's determining if the client is in need of any medical care, mental health treatment, housing, clothing, access to food and water, maybe some referrals to local agencies providing these services. On the meso level, um, family and group counseling, perhaps transport, clothing vouchers, connection to local homeless shelters, or even battered women's shelters in case of domestic violence, which does lead to homelessness for many women and children. And finally, on the macro level, petitioning for the creation of more homeless shelters, which, especially in this day and age, uh, we are seriously in need of seeing the increase in homelessness. Support for legislation which increases funding for rental assistance programs, advocating for decriminalizing homelessness and such things as panhandling, which we see a lot across our local highways and roads, advocating for areas and parks where homeless people may camp while also receiving meals, medication, and clothing where applicable. So this concludes this presentation, and I feel that overall, homelessness is a growing problem. It is not going to go away um, anytime soon. As we look at places like Los Angeles and other major cities across America, where homelessness is just at a epidemic uh, level. So more and more services, programs, thinking outside the box is going to be beneficial for helping each person and family and child that is homeless at the moment. Um, I feel that because many of these homeless individuals are in our towns and cities, and we simply just cannot keep pushing them out further towards suburbs and so forth, that local government um, has to be more creative in developing unique ways to help homeless persons. And I feel strongly about the decriminalizing proposal, creating some safe areas within the cities or towns where homeless people can temporarily have a safe place to stay until some other level of care is secured for them. Looking at the slide, it says that the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. And I feel strongly about that. We can, I think we all can talk the talk, but can we put things into action, when it really counts? Thank you for listening, and I hope that I can hear from you in the discussion post area. Thank you, guys. Here are some references that you may access, at least through the discussion post area.